Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. Today we answer one simple question. Am I actually good at this game? So we'll play as Germany. In the past, I have played an enormous amounts of games on regular difficulty, the baseline. I have dabbled with Black Ice to my peril and with Sheep's Mod, quite enjoyable. But can Hearts of Iron still be hard? Is it hard enough for me to struggle? Let's get on the struggle bus. We'll move up to elite difficulty, but not only that. We're going to jack up the Soviets, jack up the French, jack up the UK, as well as the US of A. I'm not touching China because the Japan-China balance it's already kind of fucky-wucky. Don't want to deal with it. So, let's get going. Now, for the initial build-up, I'm going to try and rely on my own Germany guide. Now, I do think it's not going to line up perfectly because I have substantially less political power, about 15% less. I have substantially less output considering my production efficiency is also 30% less. So we're going to have to figure things out, aren't we? Well, let's just get things going right away.
So, while you're on the probulator, tell me what brings you to the future. Ah, the probulator's done.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Oh, wait, it hasn't started yet. Okay, it's about to start.
I'm just gonna run this guide as best I can and adjust where we have to. Ooh, fucker wolf, love that. One thing I do know is that I'm gonna need to build a couple of naval dockyards early on, simply because I am very well aware that the UK's navy is bigly, huge, like China. So I will have to deal with that bigly navy. Probably not going to be building this many civs. I'm just going to queue them up, see where we end up. And that focuses. Let's remilitarize that Rhineland. All right, let's get cracking. I almost forgot. Should not have unpaused. I'm already starting on the back foot because I'm an idiot. I've done this to myself. I forgot to do the production setup. I could just restart, but where's the fun in that? Yeah, in terms of Navy, I think the best call is simply not to build all these cruisers and battleships. But again, where's the fun in that? I like big boats, and I cannot lie. In terms of production, I'm going to need like a metric fuck ton of guns. I'm going to need towed AA, obviously. And I'm going to need trains. And this time, we're actually off to the races. I don't think I want to trade for rubber yet. I'd rather have that civ working on stuff that's useful. See if this still works. I'm gonna make a small cavalry template, naming it after our channel members. These are the people who allow me to do what I do, and I thank each and every one of them for their service on the battlefield and beyond. And I'm going to queue up 95 of them on a high priority force deploy them. This should be all the army I need for this run. The question is going to be, can I equip them in anything resembling a timely fashion? I'm also a little late on getting them. Let's go strengthen the Kriegsmarine, get a couple of naval dockyards, and then follow the rest of the guide. Man, that 30% reduced cap, you really feel it, especially at the start where your cap is supposed to be maxed out. You start off with less than half of your efficiency. The production stuff is really hampering me. I'm still 58,000 guns short of supplying the men, but worst off, this is really pushing back my Anschluss deadline. I've had to improvise. This also slows me down to get into HoI4, so I've had to build way more civs than I usually would, meaning I'm slow on the military build-up as well. This is actually going to be a little annoying. Still, if I can get the army equipped before the war starts, I think because there's no combat bonuses, I can still blitz the French and the Polish and the Netherlands and stuff. Getting to the UK, though, might be a challenge. It's going to depend on just how many destroyers I can shit out and if they are capable of tackling the Royal Navy. Belay that, scratch all of that. They just got the Jansa event, cost me a bunch of political power, but we meet the Anschluss requirements. Yes! How is the war in Spain going meanwhile? It is certainly going. Air Force is non-existent. I'm not making shit, boys. Yeah, I'll get a bunch of guns from Austria and Czechoslovakia. So I think I can start winding down production of guns and ramping up other stuff. Additional stuff can go into air. Even if it's not the best air, it is valuable. Oh, happy days, happy days. Anschluss achieved. Let's see if I actually got Austrian guns from that. All right, fine, 7,000 of them, it'll do. Some Austrian factories. All right, we're gonna have to keep the snowball rolling, though. Let's get this guy for more political power. Oh, actually, I forgot. I never picked this guy. Not that I'm a huge fan, but he does offer more stability. I just realized I accidentally changed all of my units from my member divisions to infantry, and I forgot to relabel my infantry to member divisions. Now, each and every one of these is... Oh god, it switched back! Yes! Not all of them, but most of them! Huzzah! Once again, to these people, thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel and for sticking around this long. Thank you, each and every one. Alright, so that is fate of Czechoslovakia. Any guns there? A couple. Let's get coal liquefaction so I can get more of these synthetic refineries up and running, because Lord knows I'm gonna need access to rubber. We've got an infantry army that is more or less done. Just needs a couple of guns. The armor is finished in Spain. Highly elite, but the templates, well, they still need a changing. I think we might just be able to get everything scrounged together, assuming the Navy can build up quickly enough. We're up to 65 ships, 50 destroyers of the... I'm not entirely sold on whether or not this is going to work, but I mean, there's only one way to find out, and this is by trying. Alright, I'm going to slap on better fire controls, the ship designer, as well as some additional secondaries. So I'm going to send these things in for refit. Let's keep working on air. And let's get the production of these things, as well as basic mediums. I'm going to run with a fairly straightforward design. 3-man turret will slap in the medium howitzer, the radio, and then I just crank this thing with a machine gun and heavy machine guns. Is this the world's greatest tank? Probably not. It will have to do. The Panzer III is going to have to roll off the production line in impressive numbers if we're going to go anywhere with this. Alrighty, that is Danziged. Let's go around the Maginot. Let's see how we're looking here. The Navy, a total of 80 vessels, 64 destroyers, almost nice. No more refits, so the majority it has been refitted as well. Air Force is what it is. It's not as huge as I would like, but it's still a substantial number of airplanes. I'm short on tanks, more tanks, other tanks, and trucks. Okay, it's not perfect, but it'll do. Let's see what happens when we do this. Let's get driving then. The armor should be able to make nice pincer movements. Yeah, Cass is casting quite well. Good. Let's head to Warsaw, over on Poland as quickly as possible, and then I can focus all my efforts on the Benelux. The enemy bombing is going to be annoying. It's a temporary problem. There we go. Poland down in 12 days. Yeah, seems about right. Line everyone up on the Dutch border. They are not really ready for us. Anyway, I need a lot more tanks. Why am I making so few tanks? I shouldn't need to be making this many guns. Let's focus on making more tanks first. Good God, my economy feels like it's in tatters already. I'll have some Polish gold, thank you. Now, the waiting is the worst, but that does remind me, I'm taking one army out. We're going to set these guys up. They're going to head up north and head to Norway, as well as Denmark. All right, that is around the Maginot. Vesseübung. Next, we're going to do this one at a time. Again, a lot of people are always getting stonewalled by the Benelux. Well, it's a very simple series of declarations. First, you declare on just the Netherlands and no one else. You ram your armor right on through towards Amsterdam and Rotterdam, as well as The Hague while you're there. And you keep your air overhead. The air clears the path. There we go. And that kills the Netherlands in 3 days. There we go. Then we take the entire army, line it up on Belgium. We're going to set up north of Antwerp and draw arrow along the coast. We're going to declare war on the Belgians now. Call no one else in. and use that very poorly defended northern border to hit Antwerp with the armor that is now in place. Everyone is still in that Ardennes region trying to fight over there. The moment they lose Antwerp, they lose control of the state of Antwerpen. There we go. Belgium capitulates via event these days. It is pretty neat, unless you're Belgium, then it's kind of lame. And then we have all of northern France just wide open. And we run the armor along the coast, Dunkirk, Calais, Dieppe, Le Havre, Rouen, and then cut in towards Paris once we get there. There might be some forces in the area, but sure as shit is not going to be enough to stop your armor. Also, this is the point where we take the air and we pivot to northern France. Critical point is over here, Amiens. It is a plains tile, yes, but it does have a river crossing. If you're unable to make that river crossing, things can get annoying unless you find a different angle to attack from. But if you're quick enough, you should be able to hit it before they can get entrenched and take it. It provides the supply you'll need to push further towards Paris and Le Havre if you're unable to do this as quickly as I am right now. If this turns into an actual war instead of a special military operation. In this case, things are very, very special military operations. Still, we're doing this in literally days, so I'm not overly concerned. In this case, yeah, we're fine. That is all of northern France fallen in 15 days for the entire Benelux, essentially, and then the French. Let's grab Luxembourg while we're here. And there goes the French. I'll establish Vichy France so I don't have to garrison all of it. And we'll quickly mop up whatever the UK still has on the ports. Huzzah! Victory has been achieved. The air is going to pivot. We're going to move it to Calais, and we're going to start a bit of an air war. We are going to essentially beat the UK into submission by subjecting them to a little, let's call it terror bombing. This is basically Battle for Britain. We're going to force them to fight an air war with our superior air force and attrit them down. We're just going to break down their capacity to project air power so that when we land, we can land with green skies filled with RCAS. Make it easy on ourselves. Let's take out the Danes first. They ought to roll over if they know what's good for them. And then we naval invade. Oh, still need a couple of days. Yeah, I'll protect you, Denmark. Don't you worry, your pretty little head. Let's move those up north, and I can then use these Danish airports to project air power. Speaking of air power, how... Oh, it's going, but not quite as well as I would have liked. All right, time to hit the Norwegians, declare that war as well. We want to stop fighting the UK in the air for a minute. Just gather up my air. This is very unfortunate. I don't know why they're just underperforming like this. Right, troops are landing at least. That's good. And we'll just get the entirety of this army in here with proper air cover. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. Oh yeah, there goes the Norwegian Navy. At least our Navy does do things. Yay! We'll head into Oslo, get the airport there, get total control of the skies. Why am I not making so much stuff? Let's get Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Just get the benefits from those deals you get from the Soviets. All right, sinking some more stuff. Yay! And we're going to use the Rosenberg office to set up the general government, so I don't have to deal with it. Belgium, not Frankreich. I don't have to deal with it. And Niederlande. Huzzah! Does that give me more factories? No, that actually gives me fewer factories. I'm just gonna keep deploying air wings to train until I have like a critical mass that I can hurl at the British. I can take 6 months before I try to invade. I got the time. I just need to get some numbers. Ooh, speaking of numbers, you're gonna need some manpower. All right. Norway's also out for the count. Huzzah. If we can bump up some radar stuff as well and start spying on the British in it. Speaking of spying, cryptology. I forgot about the espionage stuff. I didn't. Partially because I didn't want to waste any civs on it. My bad. I still think it's okay. As long as we're not horrifically outnumbered, we definitely outtrade them very neatly. The airplanes we have are simply so much better. All right, moment of truth. Putting the Navy in the channel. 63 destroyers with the regular surface fleet backing it up. Overrunning Norway was a non-issue. I got essentially total control of the skies here. Speaking of getting everything ready, let's move the armor there so they can support any possible landings. All right, so the destroyers are just ganging up on the enemy patrol fleets, hopefully killing them quickly enough. Oh yeah. The goal is to kill the enemy patrol fleets quickly enough that the combat ends and then they disengage before the home fleet arrives. And if we can keep that up, the enemy runs out of patrol vessels and the ability to project power, while I don't actually have to tussle with the main fleet all that often. Because if we bump into each other, they still have a lot more ships than I do, and it could get nasty. But this way, we should be able to get dominance creeping up as they lose patrol ships. And in preparation, there we go, Operation Sea Lion. Oh, this is an actual fleet. This might not go well for me. Like I said, they still have a lot of ships. I have a lot of garbage, but it might be okay. I mean, I got them 10-1 on torpedoes. Heavy guns are slightly favored to them. Light guns are slightly favorable to me. I don't know how this is going to go. I got air dominance. So far, the engagement's going our way. Either way, we're going to come out of this pretty mauled. It won't matter. Oh, damn, the Scharnhorst. I'm going to lose the Scharnhorst, aren't I? Oh, they are down on screen. Oh, no. No, the Schlesien and the Deutschland. Oh, they're mauling me. I'm getting absolute... Oh, I've lost the Graf Spee as well. This is what I was afraid of. I'm going to cheat a little. I said I wouldn't, but I will, and I don't care about it. I'm going to roll it back to the previous save. Oh, let's try this again. Just immediately disengage before everything goes to shit. It's probably still going to go to shit because... Oh, there he goes, the Deutschland. The size of the Royal Navy. Oh, no, a cruiser. The size of the Royal Navy is just absurd. I need these ships back in port repairing. We'll take him in round 2 because damn, that was actually not... Yeah, no, that was terrible. 15 destroyers gone, a heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers. I was so close to getting the control I needed. You know what? Fuck it. Strike Force and Patrol. I might still be able to eke it out if I don't immediately have to re-engage. Well, getting to the UK might actually be the problem. I did say, if you're not able to pick off the patrol fleets, you have to fight their actual fleet, and brother, we don't have the guns for that. Yeah, this is another patrol fleet, but if the main fleet yeah, there we go. They immediately show up, so we are disengaging. Got a heavy cruiser, a lot of destroyers, so we're on the up, but so many of our ships are incredibly damaged. No, the Gneisenau! Oh, I got the Queen Elizabeth though. Every time, I hate dealing with the Royal Navy. Okay, immediately re-engage with the second fleet. This is it. We're just fucked now. Unless we can get a bunch of torpedoes through and sink their heavies, but all of our heavies are incredibly damaged. Yeah, as I was saying, the Royal Navy is much more powerful now. AI has gotten much better at using it. No! Oh, another heavy. And they just overpower whatever fleet is out here. The only viable route you as the player have is to wait a very long time invading and to do it by spamming. I do mean spamming a shit ton of these torpedo destroyers. And oh no, the Hipper. Yeah, and your air just does nothing for you. I got 300 casts up, dropping bombs. I got total air control. It does nothing. Oh. It's 3 battleships. I think we might come up on top on this one just because they don't have any screening efficiency anymore. But yeah, that was not fun. Oh, and immediately re-engage. No! Oh, they're gonna take the Schlesien out like instantly. Oh, they don't have screening though, so maybe I'll get... No! My pre-dreadnought, the Schlesien. At least they don't have screening, and this is where the torpedo boats start shining. Welcome to the Jean Nicole Suckers. So I think we're going to end up eking out a naval win in the grand scheme of things. I just hate that it cost me so much. My beautiful, beautiful ships. I think I've lost every single... Oh, the Scharnhorst. It survived. Barely. I simply cannot throw enough ships at this problem. It looks like the destroyer screens are very much expended now. And this is when the destroyers of my really start shining. Look at it. Look at it. This is where we administer the final kills. And go. I need a couple more of those. And then we might actually get enough control to make the naval invasion happen. You gotta catch them with their pants down a few more times. It hurts my soul to know that it costs me almost my entire battle fleet. You know what? I should be going for the logistics system, but deep down, my heart calls for Plan Z. All right, almost at 50%. Yeah, we're gonna come out on top. We're actually sinking a lot of stuff now. And we are almost positive for control. Just need to sink a couple more things. Yes, we got control. All right, naval invasion is underway. I hope I don't waste the rest of the fleet pivoting air to southern England now and pivoting cast to southern England as well. The navy, such as it is, just go back to port for now. Hit Dover, Portsmouth. If you didn't want me calling it that, you should have named it something else. Should land. All right, good. You support that. You move up north. Good. Total air control. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is butchering. With the troops in, let's get the armor in as well. Might be a little premature, but I think if we can run it down mid quickly enough, we should be okay. The destroyers are going to be required after all, just to deal with the annoying submarine spam. Good, everyone's landed. Reinforcements and armor are moving in. That should give us the wiggle room we need. I need to stop getting pinned, and then I can attack. Okay, I also need manpower, apparently. Fuck! It's all fine. It just never ends. They just keep you locked in place, just endlessly attacking into you, and it doesn't end. It just does. Oh, it ended. Hurrah! Okay, good. That gives us room to maneuver. Throw the armor into that. Assist it, and we gotta expand. Fall of London and the liberation of London, as you do. Come on! Putting up this much of a fight. Well, they're buffed to the gills, so that probably helps. I just moved in there. How are they just continuously pushing me back? Well, it at least is an exciting little fight here. Usually it's over in no time, so I'm actually having quite a bit of fun. Let's go up to extensive conscription, because Lord knows we need more men. The Navy has been attrited down substantially, but I think, like, overall, I don't know how much intel I have on their Navy. I've hurt them. I have mauled them. I have butchered the Royal Navy. They're still larger than my Navy, but not by much. Oh boy, they got a lot of they got a lot of units. If I can cut them off in Bristol, I can run down Cornwall, shorten the front, concentrate more force on a smaller area. Will possibly allow me to scrape out a win here. Let's get the armor rolling in south. Oh my god, did I really just get absolutely reinforced me? 8 units! Correction, I hate it when the enemy does it to me. I love it when it happens when I'm doing it. What, I'm honest. Alright, good. Just get the armor in there now. And we'll let the armor run it down mid. Alright, we're gonna have to design better armor for the next. I'm gonna have to fight the Soviets. I'm not looking forward to fighting the Soviets like this. Must admit, a lot tougher than I was expecting. At least we're keeping the sea lanes relatively open. Most of the Royal Navy is at the bottom of the ocean. I hate how they just constantly pin everything. I am vaguely tempted to pull Italy into this, if only... Yeah, just call the arms, just get in here. If only to provide a distraction over here, forcing the UK to commit some troops to this area, because they got nothing here. This should help. Get them all into Plymouth. That is like 20... It's like 30 divisions all told. We could overrun here. We gotta bring the armor back, push through Birmingham towards Liverpool, cut off Wales. Yeah, all right. I have the vision now. I have the vision. I see what we need to do and how we're going to do it. There we go. Look at them pop. UK putting up a fight here. I actually love it. September 1940. I think we can take them out before the Americans show up and claim they won the war. All right, good. That isolates Wales. Kill this pocket. It's actually great. I am having a ton of fun. Or that's like another 40-ish divisions. All right, Winston, you're down a lot. Just killed 1 million of your men. Armor thrust. If we get to like Newcastle, you should be fine. Who is justifying on me? The Siamese Empire. Right. I also remember I need to train up troops for the Soviet invasion. And now the final dagger thrust. Alright, let's roll north. Holy shit, Italy took Malta. That's a first. Getting their ass kicked in Africa, but they took Malta. Shocking. Also, there's nothing left of the Royal Navy. It's been completely obliterated. My Navy, almost gone as well. I still have like 2 heavy cruisers and a pocket battleship. Like, they've got absolutely nothing left. Look at that. I have to admit, I'm a little scared of what the Soviets are gonna do to me. If this is already what it takes to take out the UK. Woo! Alright, UK is down and out for the count. I'm gonna make one pretty little peace deal and I'll be right back. Now that concludes the first of these glorious peace deals. We've done some annexation, we've done some redistribution, and we now have a glorious new axis. It's only October 1940. I think we take the Americans next. It is the obvious choice. I think a year should be enough to overrun them. And then I can afterwards turn my attention to the Soviet Union. I know that this place has a weird layout in terms of its supply hubs. I can give up like half of Canada so I can push in from the other half. It's not my Canada anyway. Yeah, I think we're going for American next. For that, I just need crossing the Atlantic. Yeah, that gives me a war goal. Brilliant. Still doing Plan Z, aren't I? Well, I did manage to secure a lot of ships. It's just that they're not exactly what we were hoping to secure. You know, we'll start producing some better vessels then. Again, this is utterly irrelevant for the purpose of what we're trying to do. I just have a thing for the Navy. I also have more military factories than I would ever know what to do with at this point. So I'm just gonna jack up the numbers on everything and call it a day. All right, time to cross the Atlantic. Well, you know, we're already here. Might as well have some fun while we're here. I could head towards war with the USSR in the future. Just gonna declare the war. There we go. Call my friends, my Canadian friends in. Let's see what America can muster. I'm also running out of stuff to use my many civilian factories for. I'm just building infrastructure everywhere because I no longer give a damn. I have so many civs and mills and whatnot. I don't think it matters. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, that's a lot of green. So the Amerikanskis are substantially weaker than Britain, but they have the opportunity, the possibility of ramping up like crazy. So let's not allow them to do that and just kill them in their crib. Let's run in along the coast and head to Florida. Here it's nice this time of year. Should be able to overrun this. And up there doesn't really matter. That part of Canada, I don't care. I've just set up a little cordon here that should hold them off while I kill the... Oh. Yeah, just a stupid naval invasion. We'll deal with it. I don't want to go out and fight the U.S. Navy. I kind of want to steal it for myself. America has a lot of fighters. Fortunately, they're terrible fighters, and they don't trade well with my magnificent Focke-Wulf 190. So there is that. Stop them taking Halifax. Just overrun this place. Yeah, I'm wildly unimpressed by the Americans. As long as you can hit them early, they really don't have an answer for you. We're already past Richmond. Unlike the Americans, the Soviets are probably going to have been grinding out that military from day one. So I'm expecting that to be the real challenge of the whole thing. At least we've already fixed our autarky, so I no longer have to worry about my economy. Wirtschaftswunder is amazing, yeah. Yeah, that part of Canada, as I said, expendable, acceptable losses. Yeah, I don't know what the US is doing, but they're not doing themselves any favors. Then again, I do have near total control of the sky. Army's just flat out better than theirs. It's lost 1 million men already. Unfortunately, it does mean I'm going into the Soviet war a little later. I'm expecting this to start in winter. Not ideal. Not bad. We got Omar Bradley and Eisenhower captured. I like that. American tenacity is legendary. So they are putting up quite a fight. They're actually pushing me back in some areas. Decided to bring in the second army group as well. Just get this over with. Throw everything in the kitchen sink at them because this is just dragging on. It's already taking longer than I would like. I have the skies. I don't have the seas. I don't need the seas. Just want to get this done and dusted. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to drive all the way to the other side of the continent. Japan's also gotten involved. They've decided to go for the Philippines. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, share my spoils. Japan can have the Philippines, though. I don't really care. Kansas City, which is in Missouri for some reason. Why? That is the state of Texas. Consumed. Glorious. I love that 5-speed gaming. It's the best. Quick trip across the Rockies to LA and San Diego, and that should be it. I wonder how many troops they have left. Like 130. They're shattered. 3.5 million casualties. They're absolutely shattered. Let's head to LA to become podcast bros. Aw, Japan said no to my colonies. Oh well. There we go. Hooray! How do I do this? I'm obviously going to take all of the fleet, and I'm going to take all of the land. Beautiful German Reich gaming. I forgot. I have to go all the way there to be able to establish that Reichskommissariat. Well, I'll have to garrison it until then. And now we bring everyone back over for the main event of this whole video. This is where the fun begins. We're going to line everyone up on the Soviet Union, and I'm going to take all of the land for some Barbarossa. A little late, about a year late, so my bad. Alrighty, war with the USSR. I'll call in my friends right away. I don't like doing it, but it should give us the edge we need for some initial encirclements. And we're essentially going to try and dismantle as much of the Soviet military as possible in the first couple of days of the war. I hope. Oh, I just remembered. Air Force is still over here. Details. Let's see if we get our ass kicked. I'm already seeing a lot more red bubbles than I'm used to, so this should be fun. This should be fun. Push up from here and then push down from the Polish areas. Hopefully meet up somewhere in the middle, and meet up we shall. All right, that is like a first pocket, and we kill this. All right. Slow the game down, because this is something I don't want to do at speed 5. Get the armor to expand this a little bit. Give us some room to breathe. Hey, the Air Force decided to join us. Hurrah. Speaking of numbers, let's just... Oh. Yeah, I'm lacking a little bit of manpower. I'm wasting a lot of manpower occupying land. Holy shit, Soviets got a lot of airplanes. Fortunately, mine are way better. Holy shit! Okay, that's gonna be a lot of Soviets. Okay, it's fine, right? This is the final war. Let's just call everyone in. Why not? Could always use a couple more friends. Let's get the logistics companies in here. The armor is out of fuel, so we'll reposition somewhere here. Let's take Brest-Litovsk. Let's push like something like that, and like half the armor push in somewhere like this. Create a level encirclement there. I just need to wear them down. I'm gonna have to take them apart bit by bit. They are stubborn little bastards. Hot damn, Italy's doing something. Taking my land. Naval invasion up there. Alright, let's see if we can break through, link up. With the air in play, we should be able to. That is cast damage, boys. Unfortunately, I'm also immediately running out of steam. Italy's just getting its teeth kicked in. Alright, well, they tried, I guess. Might not be able to save those Italians. Maybe not. Alright, we're just able to link up. Good. Oh well. I would hate to see the friends go, right? I want to do something here. See if I can punch through to Kyiv. Gotta exploit the fact, though, that it's pretty wide open up there, so I've got to push this area now. Yeah, so long as we're advancing under our cast cover, it's pretty easy to shunt all this infantry out of the way. It's probably going to get a lot harder if we run into areas where the airplanes aren't really going to be able to function. Oh, the Soviets have already beaten the Finns. That was quick. Oh, I forgot about Norway up there. Yeah, Vikund Quisling, you're on your own. Good luck. Alright, so some of this footage might have gotten lost in the cut. Have to admit, I walked away from the computer to make dinner, have dinner, you know, family time. I forgot the recording was still running, and that finds us here, having just taken Pinsk. See if I can link up near Brest-Litovsk. It would certainly be hilarious. I just need to thin the Russian herd as much as possible. I'd rather not fight them fairly, you know, if that can be at all avoided. Oh, I've discovered jet engines. Do I want to make some? No, I need manpower. I don't want to hamper my industry too much, so maybe I can get a lot of manpower if I can create some puppets. Right now, I think garrisons take up 500,000 manpower. Anyway, let's see if we can make that encirclement happen. Ooh, we're close. Just need to redeploy a couple of tanks. Alright, let's hit Brest-Litovsk and Pincer. Pincer them good. Tanks are good. Air power is... Oh, I love air power. That should be sufficient. Huzzah! And we crush it. We crush it now. Beautiful. We got a lot more Russians to crush. These are swamps, so it's a little less likely that I'll be able to push south from here. So I think we're going to try to make a push up here to Rovno. And then Venetia, Zhytomyr, and then we cut to the coast near Nikolaev to encircle that. Who wants to join? Iran, welcome aboard. Keep dumping spies in the Soviet Union. I'm going to do some collabs. Yeah, creating North America just freed up 200,000 manpower. And create a nice big juicy puppet. Reichskommissariat Nordamerika. And to get Columbus, I need to take all of the south. Damn, I need to take Mexico in its entirety. I could probably get something over there. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Welcome to my prisons, Georgy Zhukov. Alright, so this is actually going a lot smoother than I had anticipated. That is Venetia seized. Just need to... Where did all my manpower just go? 200,000 manpower just vanished. I might need to go up a recruitment law after all. Alright, that is just a thunder run. There's nothing here that's going to stop my armor. So maybe there is. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Much cleaner. Now that traps this entire section of the Soviet front here. They can only get out through Ackerman, so we can essentially count those divisions as lost. The armor is going to use their speed to push up to the Dnipropetrovsk. Infantry will crush the pocket. So this does set us up nicely for a large pincer by cutting towards Kiev from the north and the south. Down 4 million casualties. They still have like 400 divisions though. Gives us Dnipropetrovsk and we're good. This means we have supply in the region. Alright, well, that's essentially full breakthrough in the north. We hit the Gomel, and then from Gomel we head south. Up here we're heading north to Kiev, whatever. And... pocketed the entire Central Soviet front. Oh, that's magnificent. I will use the armor that's already in position to just push a little bit further. That is a lot of divisions. I'll just keep building up the railways. I've basically nothing else to do. I can head up to Bryansk, Smolensk. I can probably roll them after this. Pocket hasn't even fully closed. And it's gone. That was 2 million men. Just evaporated. I do not want to be the man who tells Stalin. Alright. Next stop, I don't know, whatever other victory points we find nearby. Let's head up to Bryansk and Orel. I remember those from Steel Division. Yes, important places, and then on to Moscow. Alright, well, that is pretty much the Estonian area done as well. I had higher expectations of the Soviet menace. All those buffs, and they're not really doing much. You can pretty much just brute force your way through with tanks and air. I guess once we've dealt with this little Estonia thing, let's force up to Leningrad. I would like to get there before the weather turns. Yeah, this is just going really well. Suspiciously well. I'm gonna hold off from making a push on Leningrad until supply stabilizes. Meanwhile, I think we have another opportunity here. If I cut to Vitebsk and then north to Smolensk, just destroy more of the Red Army. I mean, what's not to like? And more of the Red Army crumbles. I'm just running out of focuses, dude. I'll take some Swiss gold, thank you. What are our own losses at? 500,000. I admit, those are significant, but they're significantly less than 8.8 million men. So, oh, I've accidentally walked into Leningrad after all. I mean, at this point, I can probably battle plan my way to victory. Okay, so that was not a tall order at all. I have broken through completely to Moscow. There's just nothing. There's just nothing left. 200 divisions, I outnumber them. It's May 43. Let's see how long it takes to get this war over with. Well, I think that took about 6 months. We'll see after the peace deal, but they had essentially nothing left at the end of that. So we'll have a pretty little peace deal and we'll be back. And so ends the war to immediately trigger a war with Japan because they still haven't fixed that. The moment you have a border with Japan, they instantly break the non-aggression pact and use their war goals for the Malaysian holdings. We have achieved our victory. We're gonna sign over a bunch of land to our puppets because I don't want to deal with it. This is probably where I just want to keep it. This just, good God, this looks disgusting. We've won. We've essentially won. All we have to do is defeat Japan, and honestly, with the navy I have, I would run roughshod over them. Behold, an Axis world. This is truly the worst timeline. I could go and help Shang win his war now. Honestly, unfortunately, I've already befriended Japan, so this stuff needs to work where Japan just does not immediately declare war on you. But that's besides the point. August 43. Highest difficulty, maximum buffed allies and Comintern, and little touch and go for the British, but after that it was clean sailing. So yeah, I think I am good at this game. It can be difficult, but I think I have what it takes. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.